Michael Irvin stabbed a teammate in the neck with a pair of scissors because he was impatient about getting a haircut. Charles Haley was known for flashing teammates his penis in the locker room and in film study. A Cowboys employee was sent to jail after lying about players sexually assaulting her. Deion Sanders allegedly attempted to commit suicide. Jerry Jones ate at Tom Landry's favorite restaurant the day before firing him. Skip Bayless started a rumor that Troy Aikman was gay. A 70-year-old Jerry Jones was caught partying with strippers. Josh Brent's DUI also killed teammate Jerry Brown. Nate Newton was found with 388 pounds of marijuana. The Cowboys signed a player convicted of child molestation and rape. Dwayne Goodrich killed 2 people in a hit and run. CJ Spillman committed rape on a Saturday and played on Sunday. David Irving quits football while smoking weed on Instagram Live. All the Greg Hardy situations. All the Randy Gregory situations. Ezekiel Elliott pulling a girl's shirt down during a St. Patrick's Day party. Or Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott buying dildo squirt guns at a gas station for a nightclub party.
I could tell you lots of stories that you would just be shocked.
Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin indicted on drug possession charges.
That's the blunt, bro.
These Cowboys players need to not stir anything up.
Cowboys wide receiver Terrence Williams hit the turf as Frisco police approached in the early morning hours of May 19th.
Nose tackle Josh Brent was arrested early this morning and faces a charge of intoxication manslaughter.
If we made a movie and we did it just purely on facts, and didn't, exaggerate anything that happened, people would not believe it. They'd say there's no way that happened.
The Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s were one of the hottest and most cherished sports franchises at that time. Known as America's team, 5-time Super Bowl winners, playing on Thanksgiving every year. The only names to compete with the brand of the Cowboys were the San Francisco 49ers and Chicago Bulls. In the 1990s, the Cowboys were equipped on offense with the three-headed monster of Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and Emmitt Smith. Charles Haley was leading the defense. Head coaching stalwart Jimmy Johnson was running the team, while Jerry Jones ran the organization and the show. Jerry Jones has been the ringleader of the most valuable franchise in the world, who bought the team for just $150 million and is now worth $5.6 billion. While the Cowboys were in the limelight winning championships on the field, off the field, there were a lot of dark things that happened that didn't come to light till later. A laundry list of scandals and illegal activity is attached to this dynasty, and it still extends into today with the team in 2020. Partying, sex, drugs, and violence has always been a storyline behind the curtain. Let's dive in and investigate the dark side of the Big D. Hello, and welcome to Sports Vaults, presented by Data Productions, uncovering the untold, lost, and forgotten files of the sports world. You can't talk about the wild stories of the 90s Dallas Cowboys without talking about the White House. The notorious house was at the end of a cul-de-sac on 115 Dorsett Drive, named after the Dallas Cowboys' great running back, Tony Dorsett. Behind the house runs a canal, and behind the canal is the Cowboys Valley Ranch headquarters, their practice facility. Michael Irvin, Nate Newton, and Alvin Harper were the driving forces behind the creation of this team romp house. According to the Pressbox Dallas-Fort Worth website, Nate came up with the great idea of having a safe space where he and his teammates could relax and have some fun. Michael Irvin thought it was a genius idea and ran with it.
We did have an extra house, and after just thinking I didn't want to go to hotels and all the problems that caused, so we thought, or I thought, that maybe I should get some guys together and we just buy an extra house.
Alvin thought it was a great idea as well. And with some help from Classic Property Management of Arlington, Texas, they found their infamous location. Alvin signed the lease for the residents, though no one actually lived in the house full time. They would all go home to their wives and girlfriends on most nights, and the rent was reportedly paid by multiple players. To keep a low profile, they had a cleaning crew and handyman on call. Anthony Paco Montoya, Michael Irvin's former personal assistant, said it was his job to keep the house stocked with beer, wine, liquor, batteries, toys, and protection for intimate interaction. The White House was supposedly fitted with enormous televisions, a pool table, a wet bar, and women. Lots and lots of women. Oh, and don't forget about the handful of hidden cameras throughout all the rooms. According to The Guardian, these cameras were installed by Michael Irvin's close friend and assistant, Dennis Pedini. Everything that went on inside was captured on camera, and the other players reportedly had no idea they were being filmed during their escapades. For those people who research the power tactics of the elite and celebrities, blackmail is one of the most efficient ways for people to not spill the beans on a secret. If people are caught on camera doing things they are not supposed to be doing, they most likely will not talk to try and preserve their image. Now, I don't know if this was an intentional, nefarious plan by Irvin, but it would make sense to keep everyone in line that used the house. Jeff Pearlman, the author of the book Boys Will Be Boys, wrote that neighbors in the exclusively white community noticed the 6'5", 300-pound African-American men escorting an endless conveyor belt of large-breasted blondes. None of the neighbors ever called the cops. The next-door neighbor said things were quiet as a mouse in the White House. In 1994, word got back to league officials that something suspicious was going on at the home. According to the New York Times, the officials alerted the Cowboys organization of their concerns about the players' potential off-the-field problems, but no action was taken. The Cowboys were able to beat the Steelers 27-17, the 1996 Super Bowl. But just 2 months later, Michael Irvin, in all of his salacious details about the Cowboys' White House, would make headlines. Michael Irvin's assistant, Dennis Pedini, who was once in charge of setting up hidden cameras in the home, set up Michael by secretly filming the Cowboys player as he was driving him around one day to purchase cocaine. Dennis also blew the lid off the White House during an interview where he stated the White House was a home where players could party with women without their wives knowing about it. Jerry wanted to know all the details, and he reportedly asked Michael for the truth in exchange for support. Michael said he thought about it long and hard. He knew he was busted, so he finally responded, "Boss, I was trying to do the wrong thing the right way." Michael said Jerry just sat there and shook his head. The White House scandal in Dallas was probably the biggest story in the Dynasty's underbelly, but there were plenty of more instances where Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys organization has allowed its athletes to run wild off the field. When it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, the star on the helmet has always held a special place in America's heart when it came to professional football. But while the show on the field has had its sparkly moments in Jerry Jones's era, especially early on, their dark side maybe overshadows their good. What's your take on this topic? Are the Dallas Cowboys the most criminal professional sports team in history? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Like and subscribe for more investigation content like this. Join my Patreon today for only $5 to receive a monthly esoteric documentary on your favorite sports athletes and events. Real, raw, uncut, and uncensored without the limitations of YouTube. Join today to see the other side of the sports world.